In this problem, we want to find the zeros of the polynomial function. So we've got f of x is equal to 3x to the third minus x squared minus 15x plus 5. Now it's asking us to find the zeros. We want to set that equal to 0. So we've got 3x to the third minus x squared minus 15x plus 5 equal to 0. So I'll put our polynomial on y1, 0 on y2 on our calculator. And let me mute Godfather there. I thought you heard that in the background. Sorry about that. It's kind of sacrilegious, mute the Godfather. Press y equals. I'll press clear on y1. So we got 3x to the third, so 3x caret 3. If you're on one of the newer TI-84s, remember you have to press the right arrow key to get out of exponent mode. Minus x squared minus 15x plus 5. Then you down arrow to y2, press clear, and put a 0 there. If you don't already have one, I had one. And then we'll do second trace, choose intersect. Our answer is where it crosses the x-axis, which looks like -2, maybe? So let's do inner on first curve, inner on second curve, and we put in -2. And that doesn't look real promising for switching to a fraction, but let's try. So I'll do second mode, and then I'll do math, inner, inner. And it doesn't change. So we can't use that answer. So let's do second trace, choose intersect, and try to find our next one. Looks like maybe half or a third or something. So I'll do inner on first curve, inner on second curve, and I'll put 0 in for the guess. And 0.3333, a bunch of threes, looks like 1/3. But again, if I didn't recognize that, I'd do second mode, and I'd press math, inner, inner. And it comes back and tells us that our answer is 1/3. Now I could try to find that third one. I could do second trace and choose intersect. Try to find this one. Inner, inner, let me put in 3 for the guess. But this comes up with another decimal that will not change to a fraction. As always, if you have one decimal that won't change to a fraction, you'll have another one. They come in pairs. Excuse me. So we're going to take the one answer we found, we're going to plug it in synthetic division. We put the 1/3 in the box in the upper left-hand corner. We look for our largest power, which is x to the third. So we're going to have an x to the third, we'll have an x squared, x, and no x, our constant term. Now we'll write down a number that's in front of the x to the third, which is 3. Number that's in front of our x squared, which is -1. Number in front of our x, which is -15. And our number at the end, which is 5. Now we're going to go through a series of adding, multiplying over and over. Adding, multiplying over and over until we're done. So we'll start with our far left column here. 3 plus nothing is 3. And we'll multiply. You multiply by the number in the box, by the number you just put down there. So 1/3 times 3 gives us 1. Then we'll add. -1 plus 1 is 0. Multiply. Multiply by the number in the box, by the number you just put down there. 1/3 times 0 is 0. Add. -15 and 0 is -15. Multiply. Multiply by number in the box, by number you just put down there. 1/3 times -15 gives us -5. And add. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now notice our remainder is 0. It has to be. If you calculate told you as an answer, then you have to get 0 as a remainder. Now our largest power is x to the third, so straight down below it will be x squared, x, and then our no x. So we're left with 3x squared minus 15 equal to 0. Why do I set equal to 0? Because they're asking us to find zeros. Now we're missing our middle term, so this is going to be a good use of the square root property. I want to get the part that's squared by itself, so I take the -15 to the right side. So we've got 3x squared is equal to a positive 15. Divide both sides by 3. Those 3 is going to cancel, leave us the x squared. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now the square root property. Square root property says if you got something squared equal to something else, you drop your squared and you put a plus or minus square root around the other side. Now our largest power is x to the third, which means we're going to have three answers. Calculator gave us one, and we found the other two. That's what the plus or minus indicates.